Welcome to Raleigh Roots, a podcast about living, working, and raising a family in the Triangle. Join hosts Kate and Kathryn for lighthearted conversations, stories, and interviews about what it is really like to live here. Whether you're thinking about moving to the Triangle or have already planted roots here, tune in and listen on your favorite device. And now your hosts, Kate and Kathryn.
Hello, Raleigh peeps. Guess what? Episode 12. Yes. First of all, welcome back. Thank you for joining us today. Again, for any new listeners, thank you for trying us out. We will entertain you.
We will. We will be entertaining.
Give you some good information today. But Kate reminded me that we started 6 months ago.
In June.
June.
Yeah.
Almost. Okay, not quite.
Was it? Yeah, I think it was June.
Okay. Well, I'm just exaggerating a little. However,
we're almost there.
You know, I want to kind of loop us back at the beginning when we started talking about this.
Yep.
Raleigh Roots. And you know, I love a microphone. I love a camera. But I was like, I don't know, Kate. And you were the one you were like, we're doing this. She did not give me an option. And I was like, really? There are a million podcasts. You pushed this. And I'm so glad you did.
Well, why not?
I mean, it's fun, right?
Exactly. Every once in a while we've had a lot of guests lately. So this episode, we decided to bring it back to the two of us.
Kate and Kathryn.
Kate and Kathryn talk a little bit about the market because things are different.
Yep. We're going to talk about the real estate mortgage market. We also today are going to highlight a different town. You know, we've done Cary, we've done Raleigh, which we will always have to come back to Raleigh, of course, because we are Raleigh Roots. But we are going to highlight a different town today because even if you live in Raleigh, you can venture out.
Yeah.
You don't have to stay in this little bubble. Or if you are new and moving to the area, this town that we're going to highlight is really cute and really great.
Yeah. It's one of my favorites.
Tell me about your weekend or over the last 2 weeks. Anything exciting? What have you done?
I know. I'm blank. We've been at the hockey games, of course, supporting the Hurricanes. Well, today is my son's 19th birthday. I became a mom 19 years ago.
God, that is crazy. Why do I still feel like that I am like 30 sometimes? Not 30,
yeah.
Maybe 35.
I said that today. One of his oldest friends, his mom wrote to me today and was like, happy birthday. It sent pictures of Joe and Finn when they were in preschool. So cute. But I was like, how could we have a 19-year-old when, I mean, we're 20?
I don't know.
And here's another like weird parallel too. This makes you feel like Twilight Zone. But two of our babysitters that were family, one just had her second son this week, like 2 days ago. And the other one just texted and she's already had one baby and is having another one. I was like, you guys took care of my babies and now you are literally having babies, not a baby, babies.
But anyway, happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Joe.
Sweet Joe. He is the best. And congratulations to you. You've made it 19 years as a mom.
Years.
And then Kate attended our welcome party last night. You know, I, of course, joined Town Bank Mortgage about a month ago. We had a welcome party last night, and I was so lucky. I had realtors and attorneys and appraisers and financial advisors and all of the wonderful people and clients and managers for my company. That was a fun event.
You did a great job.
Kate was very supportive.
Yes, you did a great job. Great job.
And I'm sure you're shocked. I had a microphone and I talked on that for a little while.
A little bit.
It was fun. And I felt kind of bad. Poor Patrick didn't even get to say a word because I talked for.
You said he was going to be able to talk too.
I know.
You were like, Patrick, you're going to talk. And then you never gave him the microphone.
I did. He said hello.
But she wouldn't let go of it.
I'm terrible.
She would not let go of the microphone. Poor Patrick.
I am a microphone hoe, a mic hoe.
I mean, this is why we're on camera.
A micro hoe.
Originally, it was not supposed to be videoed. But we are on the camera.
Anyway, let me tell you, the Zink house, Zinc, Zink house. It is gorgeous and fun. You don't even feel like you are in North Carolina. Like you feel like you have gone on vacation. It is this outdoor winery, but also has a bourbon bar. It's got a beautiful fountain, a pond, and an actual vineyard.
So is this their wine?
So you can get their wine and other wine.
Okay.
They also have a brewery, like I think it's their brewery. I don't drink much beer, so I'm not an expert on that. They had live music outside, band inside. You can sit outside or inside. Y'all, it is crazy. It was so much fun. They had food trucks.
Okay.
And so you can, now the problem is you have to be a little careful if you go early in the day and you stay late at night. You might be a little wobbly. But
Get an Uber, a Lyft.
100%.
Don't drive.
Yeah, it is one of the, like, and it's not a secret anymore. I just never been.
I've never been either.
It is such a great thing to go. You could go on a date. You could go with friends.
Open in the winter too? Because it wouldn't be really cold.
So great question, but they do have indoor. So like the
Okay.
patios, I'm sure have heaters, but they didn't need them. So you could do indoor, outdoor, but it's so good. It might even be worth bundling up. And people have blankets and chairs, and it is so great. Anyway, try the Zink House. Awesome. So let's first talk about the town we're gonna highlight today.
Okay.
It's Wake Forest, North Carolina.
Yes, I have done a lot of business in Wake Forest. It tends to be one of the top spots for people moving into the area. We'll go tour Cary, Apex, North Raleigh, all these different areas. But Wake Forest has a ton to offer. It is a super cute, charming, small town. And they've done a great job at getting the downtown lively. There's some restaurants and breweries, and they do Friday night music. There's 55,000 residents.
I think of Wake Forest first. My first thought is my kids used to play soccer when they were growing up, and there is a huge sports complex.
Yes.
It's called the Factory.
Mm-hmm.
And spent many of my weekends in the Factory to watch soccer games. They have indoor soccer.
If you are involved in hockey yourself or your children, you have definitely been up there because there is an ice rink.
That's right. Basketball stuff inside. They host birthday parties, events. I do think that sports complex, the Factory, has helped the growth of Wake Forest.
Yeah.
Because if you're there for 3, a soccer game at 8, 1, 3, which that tends to happen, then people leave and they'll venture out and try to, do lunch somewhere. There's White Street Brewing, Sugar Magnolia Cafe, Bodega Tapas.
Well, Gonz's has a place at the Factory.
Okay.
He has another location
Yeah.
there. The WRAL soccer fields are close by. So that's another pull. You can kind of, if you're spending your day up there,
Right.
you can get to Wake Forest real easy. And it's definitely boomed because now the overfill is going to Rollsville.
That's right. They also have a great, cute little historical museum there. And a lot of you probably have heard or know of because Hill Ridge Farms is in Wake
Yeah.
Forest. They have a big pumpkin patch, but they also do hay rides and they have slides. And
I thought they do something for Christmas.
I was about to say
like
for
lights.
Yeah, I think they do. I've not been to that, but I think they do something for Christmas. I have been to the Wake Forest Farmers Market. That's
Okay.
really cute.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're looking for that small town feel and still want to be close to a city, because 30 minutes max probably to get to downtown, depending on traffic,
Yeah.
I would definitely check out Wake Forest. One of my favorite neighborhoods ever is up there called Hazen Tree. Years ago, I remember driving up there. I think I had a tennis match and drove into the community. And I was amazed because they did a really great job at keeping very large lots with a ton of trees and space and gorgeous homes. So they have
I
done a
think
great
one of my
job.
first tennis matches was in Hazen Tree, and I have to tell you, it was quite competitive.
They are competitive up there. There's pickleball. They
yeah.
have a golf club. I mean, there's a golf course, tennis, huge pool, pickleball.
So Hazen Tree is a great neighborhood. Wakefield.
Wakefield.
Wakefield is a very popular neighborhood with, the country club feel, beautiful houses.
Townhomes, condos, they have everything.
It's basically their own little community, which is nice. And you know more because you drive out there more than me for real estate. Heritage
is there, and then Heritage High School.
Yeah.
And then there's Traditions, and there's a bunch of other just small. You don't have to have these huge communities. There was so much space up there.
Right.
And so it was really a good development move to go ahead and do golf course communities and really take advantage of the land. I will do a quick PSA for all of you buying a home in Wake Forest. Do not omit the radon test.
Oh.
I will say that it does have a lot of radon.
Oh,
It's a lot of rock up there. So definitely, if you're buying a
Interesting.
home, make sure you check for radon.
What a good tip from the
Mhm,
best realtor,
mhm.
Kate.
Oh,
That's
thank
great.
you,
Great,
thank you,
great,
thank
great. Well, yeah, that is, I would have never, I mean, radon tests are typical, right? But some people choose to waive them.
Mhm.
So it's always,
I'm saying don't wave it up there.
yeah, do not waive it.
Not
Okay,
there.
good to know.
I would
good to
not
know.
do that. I would definitely make sure you have that done. And Falls Lake is up there, you guys. Like, you can have a boat and get up there and go out on the water. It's a great place to be.
It is. And again, it only takes, 25 minutes to get into Raleigh.
Yes, and if you are moving with kids, check the schools because they were capped for a while, especially the high schools.
Another great tip by Kate.
That's what I'm here for.
I love that.
Relocate.
So while we're speaking about neighborhoods and we're talking about certain statistics, we're not going to bore you, but we do want to jump into some real estate and mortgage stuff because it is nice to know what's going on with your own home. It's nice to know what's going on in your area. And that's our jobs, y'all. So we do have to, every once in a while, we can't always talk about menopause and mahjong and, places to have cocktails. We do
Yes.
have to be professional sometimes, just every once in a while, because that's hard for me to do all the time. So we're going to throw out some industry news about mortgage and real estate.
Mhm.
And while we were preparing for this, yes, y'all, we prepare, although I wing it mostly, but we do a lot of we do.
We do.
We do. We are not right. Okay, I've got to get in professional mode. Okay, goodbye.
You do not have to be so serious.
Oh, I'm never
I
serious.
was going to say, like, you could just wing this, talk about these mortgage rates, huh?
Yeah.
Talk about this stuff.
Well, talking about doo-doo. No, I'm kidding. Mortgage rates have gotten better.
They have.
They are coming down,
Yeah.
which is great. So, again, in the 26 years of doing this job, I always think I have a pretty good feeling, like prediction of how it's going to go. Y'all, it is crazy. You just don't know. I've seen pickup in the market as far as people looking, but please share the statistic that we talked about this morning. This is crazy.
It is. It's absolutely wild. So the statistics are out with the National Association of Realtors for 2025, and first-time home buyers are my fave. I love working with them. There's nothing better than empowering them with everything that they need to go make a really great decision. And it's a huge investment. We learned that the median age for a first-time home buyer is 40.
Which is cuckoo crazy.
40 years old, and we're at a historic low because this year only 21% of people that bought homes were first-time home buyers.
Let me put that into perspective. Somebody's talking about me today.
Did your nose?
Yes. Have you never heard that?
No, I thought your ears were ringing. Like your ears would burn.
No. If you're talking about me today, make sure it's good and tell me what you're saying. If it's bad, keep it to yourself. So let me put into perspective this age thing.
Yeah.
So when I got in the business in 1999, and up until the last 5 years, the average first-time homebuyer, you were looking in your upper 20s, lower 30s.
Yeah.
So if you're now waiting until you're 40, you
Mhm.
are missing the boat. There are still 100% financing programs. In some areas, you can do a USDA loan and put no money down.
Yeah.
The opportunity is still there. Rent is going up, but rates have come down a little bit, and they're average, y'all. So don't wait until you're 40, y'all. Right now, with the market, some people think, well, I'm going to wait for rates to drop. Well, when they drop, you're going to then be going against prices that are going to be increasing because you're going to have people fighting over homes until the inventory increases. It's up to us to help and educate people realize you can go and purchase a home and still be below rent cost. Low down payment.
Yep.
It's getting better. It is getting better. But I think that we will see that age 40 shift back down.
Yeah. I also wonder if we were to, obviously, I did not dig into all the factors that could be impacting that. I mean, education. Are people taking longer? Are they going to school later? Are they doing more master's programs, doctorate programs, things like that? And then you've got loans on top of that. And there's a lot of different facets to it. But 40 years old, I mean,
It's pretty shocking.
A shocking statistic to me.
It is. And speaking of that, one of the biggest topics right now, which could really help or hurt in the mortgage world, a 50-year mortgage. You heard me. 50-year mortgage. Huh? What? What?
I mean,
What?
so if your average age of first-time home buyer is 40 and you go get a 50-year mortgage, why would I benefit from a 50-year mortgage? Like, I guess that's what I'm wondering is how would that benefit me? And I'm guessing they're going to make reverse mortgages obsolete.
I don't know.
I don't even know if people still do that.
They do. They are still out. And it is my job to educate about a 50-year mortgage. A 50-year mortgage obviously stretches your loan out longer, so the payment's going to be cheaper, which may seem really attractive. But let's think about this. You stretch your mortgage out for 50 years. The rate's going to be higher. I can go and tell you it's going to be higher.
Okay.
The payment will be lower. So in some cases, it could help someone get into a home that could not.
Okay.
You're going to be building your equity a lot slower.
Definitely.
And you're going to be paying,
Your
you're going to be
interest.
paying so much more interest over the term.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the difference between, depending on the amount that you're borrowing and the price of the home, between a 30-year and a 50-year, yeah, it'll drop a couple $100, but come on, it is not a great plan for most people. Again, there may be a few people that it'll benefit, but you're not building equity. And real estate's one of the safest investments you can have, right?
Mhm.
And you building equity is part of that. So if you hear about it, I'm not saying don't ask your lender or financial advisor or to get advice on it. But I wouldn't jump on that train real quick. I would not be like, oh my God, I can get into a house and I've got a 50-year mortgage. And you also want to have a goal of paying it down or off before you croak.
I mean, yeah, like you would want to pay the house off if you could. Yeah. I mean, it used to be a thing you would build on, right? You'd have your starter home and then you'd build up all your equity and you'd be able to roll that over into a larger home. And it's a way to build your wealth.
Anyway, so there you have it. That's my 2 cents on a 50-year mortgage. Yeehaw! Like, just crazy.
Okay.
Crazy.
So when I started in the business, I think the average person or homeowner moved 5 to 7 years. This past year,
Correct.
we are now at an average of 11 years that people are in their houses. 11 years. 11
That
years.
made my eyes pop out of my head too. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I think some of that is people don't want to lose their interest rates. Some people are renovating and they're staying put. 5 to 7 years was 100% average and typical. Sometimes people would move after their 2-year,
Yeah.
break even. They would 3 to 5 years. But 11 years, I was a little alarmed by that.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh.
Another historic low that we had is that 24% of the buyers in the past year had children under the age of 8. So some factors they talked about, lower birth rates. People are not having as many children. But the other thing
Y'all,
is,
what's
if you
wrong with
think
y'all?
about it-
Get busy. Get busy. We're already past that stage. We can't help you there.
No, we can't. Those days are over. But going back to the whole kid thing or whatever, and the 11 years, when your children start school, if they're happy and they like it, inventory's been a problem, right? So your kids don't want to move schools. They don't want to change. There might not be anything for sale in the area that you need to stay in the school district. So
Yeah.
there's a bunch of things going on. But if anything, this is just showing that things are shifting, as they always do. They're getting stretched out longer. Affordability, I think, is going to be a word that we are talking about, hearing about,
Yeah.
needing to pay attention to, and needing to be proactive about.
And if you already said this, sometimes I zone out. But wait, the repeat customer, their average age is, what'd you tell me?
62.
62, y'all. That is crazy.
Mhm.
So that's increased.
Yeah, 62.
That's a different statistic.
But then I started thinking about it. I was like, what if some of the people I've put in their homes in the past couple of years, I don't hear from them again till 62,
I know.
right?
One last little piece of advice. If you have purchased anything, it could be a car, mortgages, of course, what I specialize in. I don't know if people realize this, and God, it's annoying AF. If you go and you're shopping a car or whatever, it becomes a public inquiry. So let's say you call Kathryn, hey, I want to get pre-approved. I'm like, okay, I can do a soft credit pull and it will not become a trigger lead. But if I pull a full-on credit report, which I have to do at some point, it becomes public knowledge, not your information.
Okay.
As far as your credited, your social security number, your creditors, but your name and the inquiry that you had a credit report pulled for a mortgage becomes public. And so then what has happened in the last couple of years, other financial institutions, they will look and say, oh my gosh, Kate Whitney just had her credit pulled. and you will get hundreds of spam calls. Now, when I say spam, I call them spam. They could be from legit competitors. It's like I've thrown you in a shark tank and you're full of blood and a million sharks jump in and they're like, if she's shopping for a mortgage or a car, I'm just going to try to, vacuum cleaner salesman you.
Wow. Has that always been? That has not been that
Not
way.
always in the last, and I don't have the exact years, but I would say it's become worse in the last couple of years. So the lending institutions got together and they're like, this is out of control. It is a nuisance and should be against the law to be able to attack these people like this. I call it attack because your phone literally will ring so much and you are like, like it is terrible. You can't even get your work done. So they did pass the law within the last couple of months. Now it does not come into effect until they say approximately 180 days. So end of February, sometime in February, maybe March 2026, that should stop.
Okay.
So that's a big thing.
Mhm.
It's not a big thing unless you've lived it.
Right.
So the trigger lead law has passed. So those are two big topics in the mortgage world.
All right. 50-year mortgage and
Trigger lead law.
trigger lead law. Learning something new every day.
Yeah. And that may be boring to you if you're not in the real estate market at the moment, but guess what? You will be at some point,
At
I
some point,
promise. Or
yeah.
your kids will, or your grandkids will, or your neighbor. And you can be educated to spread the love, spread
So
the
when
word.
you're at Zink House this weekend, you can discuss these things.
You can. After a few cocktails,
Fun facts.
you got it.
Fun facts for the Zink House.
So we will be having a few guests coming up. We've got the holidays coming up. Thanksgiving, of course. Time to be grateful and thankful. And I'm so grateful for you, Kate, and this podcast, and for all of you listeners.
I know. We wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. Wear stretchy pants. Eat lots of turkey dressing. I call it dressing. Do you call it stuffing?
Stuffing.
I call it dressing. And I have my grandmother's recipe, and I make it, and it's so good.
So Thanksgiving has never been the same since they had to go gluten-free. I mean, it really has ruined a lot of things. It's a big bummer.
But you're probably healthier than us.
I mean, Emma.
You're way healthier than me.
Mm,
We would throw seasoned ham and fat back in our vegetables, and we stir
yeah.
those.
Delicious.
So good. So fattening. I'm like, heart attack. But it's so good.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us. Stay tuned. We will have lots of holiday fun stuff coming up.
We will. Yes. And we appreciate you guys listening and hope you enjoyed all of our fun facts today.
Yes.
Go check out Wake Forest.
Yes. And let us know. Drop us some messages and let us know what you think. And Raleigh peeps, thanks for listening. And always stay rooted and a little reckless.
There you